Alright gang, in light of Season 5 coming out, we got the Season 5 patch notes. This was supposed to be a huge update. We have a lot of mobility updates in this. We have a lot of weapon nerfs and buffs, a couple map changes, nothing too crazy. And then we have a couple things I really wanted to touch base on, especially with this new Call of Duty already being debatably one of the worst. We have a new feature coming out that I think absolutely gives it the crown as the worst Call of Duty in my opinion. Obviously that's an opinion based, I can't just speak for everybody. So starting off, we got stability. It says this update contains several fixes to reduce the number of known crashes. We continue to prioritize increased stability and I've read this exact phrase every patch note since Season 1. They can blow it out the window. Legitimately the most unstable COD I think I've ever played in my life, especially during ranked play. And the problem with that is you'd lag out of ranked matches and they would give you all these penalties and then you'd have to wait an hour to play. Whatever. I'm completely done with the thought of like, okay, well it's stable now, like we're beyond that. So the only thing we can do at this point, gang, is just ride it out, forget about all that, and just look at the core game as itself, and that's what we're going to try to do. So if I brush over anything, you're like, why'd you skip that? There's a reason, man. We're just trying to focus on gameplay. We only have to hold out to November, and then not even that, September we'll have beta gameplay. So let's just keep on keeping on. This is the first thing I wanted to cover right here. Shadow Company's Arthur joins Black Cell. This boy right here, this German Shepherd with the gold vest on, looks like this kind of a crazy outfit. The dog's kind of rocking some Louis, that's outrageous. But regardless, this little motherfucker right here with the earpiece can tell if enemies are looking at you as if it was high alert, and it's only available as a cosmetic if you purchase the battle pass. This is absolutely not cool. I've never been one to be like, oh well, COD's pay to win. This is extremely pay to win in my opinion. People might say, oh well, you can just use high alert. I get that high alert makes, you know, one of the four sides of your screen light up and tell you if someone's looking at you. This dog looks in the direction of it. I mean, that is outrageous to me. To see a feature where it legitimately pinpoints. High alert will show you a general area. It'll tell you, oh, well, from your left or your right. This shows you exactly where they're coming from, and that's not okay. If you are willing to dish out that money to buy it, it's called the Bark and Bite. They did this in Warzone 1, but obviously the dog did not have the ability to help you out through battle. Their explanation of it right here is, new to Modern Warfare 2, operators will have the option of bringing companions alongside them in multiplayer, Battle Royale, and DMZ. This provides the unparalleled benefit of companionship along with the devastating finishing move. The new Battle Buddy right here, another addition is a Battle Buddy, virtual assistant who acts as a miniature announcer. Gwen, so essentially on your gun you can have this like chick, you know, talk at you, whatever. But regardless, they did not even mention in the patch notes that this dog would be able to help you out, like, oh, there's someone looking at you. What? It is canon, like this is officially in game. I have seen gameplay of it myself. Not cool with it, and the fact that it's not really here in the patch notes actually kind of drives me crazy. They should definitely have mentioned that at one point or another. Regardless, this essentially is Cortana from Halo. I don't think it's cool for me to like buy a Cortana for COD, low key. I mean, I like the creativity of this, don't get me wrong. Like, it's finally they're dropping some creativity with this game. It's not super dull, but all these little pay to win features that they're coming out with this late in the game, it's like at this point you're just throwing consolation sprinkles on a turd, you know. So we just need the core game itself to improve. You know, we keep going back to that point. Operators, these are operators that you'll be able to use through the battle pass. You have the Oakland crackhead right here, Oz. We have Graves. If you played campaign, he was actually a super huge part of it. He was our biggest antagonist. I think it's a cool operator, pretty neat. Mila, again, that's Oakland crackhead. I'm pretty sure this Mila or Mila and Oz are probably getting it on. That's outrageous. Valkan, from Modern Warfare 2019, he is 1000% a reskin. I had this operator in the last Warzone. I'm not trying to spend money for that. We have the 50 years of hip hop coming out, the celebration. This I can get behind. Snoop Dogg, I can't get behind, and this is no disrespect towards Snoop Dogg. So if you're watching this, you're like, B Graham said he doesn't like Snoop Dogg. I love Snoop Dogg, but in Modern Warfare 2019, we had Snoop Dogg operator. I don't want to reskin, I want something new. So they did add Nicki Minaj. I think that's fun, it's cool, nice. And if you didn't know, this third player that they're trying to make it all mysterious, whatever, spoiler alert, it's 21 Savage. It's going to be called the Slaughter King pack. I'm super excited for it. You know, I wish this third operator would have been someone, maybe even Ice Cube. If you're new to Call of Duty and you don't know too much about it, Call of Duty Ghost used to be able to buy operator voice packs, and Ice Cube did a lot of the voiceovers for that game, and I thought it would be super sick to have an Ice Cube operator. We've had a Snoop Dogg, but instead they opted for Snoop Dogg again. I get it's the cheapest available for them, our option available for them, because they've already made that operator in the past. They already had the files, they just had to add it to the new engine. It makes sense. I mean, I believe they claim they made $60 million off of the first Snoop Dogg bundle. So for them to be able to reskin that again and just like not really do too much, they're cashing out off of one guy, you know, to each his own. But if you're going to be making that money, give us a good game. Movement, our slide, this was actually a really good feature. I have played a lot of Season 5, and I will say this was a dub for the core game. Decreased slide time and increased slide velocity. So now you slide faster, and it cut down the time in half to shoot while sliding. So before, you know, when this game dropped, you would slide. It was like sliding through quicksand, and then you had to wait for your slide to stop to shoot. Well, now, right after you hit the ground and you start your forward motion, you can start shooting. That's good. That gives us more fluidity. Arcadey shooter, we need these things. So this was a dub, and the jump also got an increase, a small increase to lateral velocity while velocity boost while jumping. You jump faster into the air, so not higher, you jump faster, so you get off the ground quicker. Again, that gives the illusion of more movement. Awesome. Let's try to make the gameplay as fast as we can. That's an increase. A small reduction to the landing slowdown penalty while landing. This means when you jump, you hit the ground and your character's acting like he's shook up. You don't feel like you're landing in glue or, you know, on a sticky trap. You actually land and keep moving. So more fluidity is coming with this update, and it has. And if you haven't played it, this is your reassurance for me that this is 100% canon. It's legit. We got the FR Advancer, which everyone knows is the FFAR from Modern Warfare 2019. We got the Carrick 300, which is the WA 2000 from Modern Warfare 3, I believe, which I'm sure we'll have it again in November. But Super 6 Sniper Semi-Auto, I'm glad to see it back. We have customizable throwing knives, nothing too crazy. For weapon balancing, the Rap H as a semi-fire goes crazy. It got a buff. For these, I'm just going to call buff or nerf. The Chimera got a buff. The M13B got a buff, a nice buff too. It got a headshot multiplier increase, and that is the most accurate gun in this game. That's a huge buff. I'm not shocked if that's meta next week. Cronin Squall got a fat nerf. LMG's HCR 56 got a nerf. Ral MG got a buff. That's outrageous because that gun was so broken. We got the submachine guns, the MX9. It got a buff. The Minibot got a buff. Slightly, I mean minimum damage decreased, but headshot multiplier and damage step back increased. So it's probably not going to play any different realistically. I would call it a buff, but nothing major. Lockman sub nerfed. It needed that. Bell 46 got a buff. Neck multiplier increased. Upper torso and lower torso increased. Hit the nerds in the body. Aim for the chest. Let it go to the neck. Yeah, I mean, oh god, that is going to be a gross secondary for this season. Boz P got buffed. I'm not surprised that that will be meta at some point. Finnick 45 got buffed. And then it says right here, lastly, we are aware of concerns surrounding the Signal 50 in Warzone. While our data does not suggest the Signal 50 is not the normal range in performance, its experimental impact for players is equally important to us. At this point in time, we do not feel it is necessary to make changes to the Signal 50. Let's just keep it simple here, gang. We don't need a paragraph. Signal 50 is the only 50 caliber sniper rifle in the game, and it is not a one-shot headshot. That's ridiculous. It's a 50 cal, the strongest sniper other than the 3.3 what is it, 338 Lapua. I mean, good god, it's a 50 cal. It should be a one shot. It's outrageous. So disregard that paragraph right there. They're a bunch of nerds. Drill charge. Reduce damage from the drill charge when a player is stuck with a drill charge. That's so silly. If you stick someone with a drill charge, they should absolutely undoubtedly die because it flies so awkwardly through the air. Recon drone, health bar now, so it lets you know that's silly. Tactical camera, remove audio distortion. Perks, bomb squad, let's see. Will protect against death from explosive equipment stuck directly to the player when fully armored. Oh my god, if you have a riot shield and they stick it, it won't kill you anymore. We're just gonna have a bunch of nerds running around the map with riot shields now. I mean, this is an outrage. Oh my god. What did they do to quick fix? Entering an objective with quick fix equipped will now visually show in the health route. I mean, okay. Bro, I don't know what's going on with COD. Like, I thought this was actually kind of promising at first, but some of these fixes are just crazy. Audio adjustments. Audio balance to favor some sounds like others. Okay, airplanes voice chat, cool. Added audio indicator from pets to complement the visual cue for enemies when high alert is equipped. This can also... Unbelievable, man. That goes back to those pets. This is it. This is it. Their audio cue. Crazy. UI. They did give us a UI buff, and I will say it's pretty sexy. I am a fan of the UI, so that's a win. Skin carousel in the lobby. This is another super win. When you're standing loading up a match, if you have available operators for the operator you're using, different skins, you can just swap it here in the lobby, right above where the XP is. Super solid feature. We got new vehicles. We got the MRAP. We got a dirt bike. Dirt bikes have always been super fast in Warzone. Great way to get around the map, but also super sketchy. Very easy to fry someone off the top of a dirt bike. Looks like we got some new console settings and PC settings. Echo mode, found in the graphics. Minimal frame rate up to 60 hertz. Something probably to improve performance if you don't have the best rig. That's probably a setting you might want to look into. See, multiplayer, we got 6 new core maps, a couple new game modes, got some bug fixes for multiplayer. Modern Warfare 2 rank play, they have some different restrictions for guns. It looks like the FFAR is going to be restricted. That's kind of crazy. They added the gun just to restrict it, so it's probably really good if I had to guess. Let's see. Battle Royale Resurgence, Plunder, and Lockdown playlist. So this is what we're looking at through the week of August 2nd and the week of August 9th. Here are the game modes we are going to have. Map rotations will occur every 15 minutes. Let's see. Fort Resurgence will come out in season, and Armored Royale. That was a super fun game mode from Warzone 1. Everyone had a vehicle with a buy station, and you literally got to deck out a car and go to war with it. It was kind of fun. It was like super fast tanks. Gameplay. Al-Mazrah, Sheikah. Favorite supply box loots here. Signal intelligence. Nothing too crazy. So gang, I'm gonna call it here. It looks like this is really it. Circle timing delay, it got changed. You know, that's a little crazy. So the close time and the delay time got shrink. So the zone will move faster, but there wasn't really too much craziness, I guess. I mean, in Al-Mazrah they decreased the circle size, stuff like that. There's bigger loot and stuff. You know, they're kind of making changes that should have been here in the first place. So my overall synopsis of this update, in terms of cosmetics, do not waste your money, but in terms of gameplay, we took a baby step today, gang. One baby step for CODkind, 100%. Look, if you're new to the channel, you enjoy the content, you have any questions following this update, let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to hit that like button, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you all tomorrow for another banger. Let's get it, gang.